got a mic over there. How are you feeling?
Very woozy. My primary concern is I've had a series of mild concussions and concussions over the years, so I have to go for, further testing of that.
Can you tell us about the injury to your arm?
Yeah, that's a radial fracture of the elbow, so I've got to keep it immobilized. Potentially, the concussion, that has to be viewed by specialists, neurologists, since I've had them before. Hopefully, as I go back to my apartment, I can rest up tonight. Got to get back on the campaign trail tomorrow because there's so few days left before the final vote on November 2nd. I was alerted that my opponent, Eric Adams, tweeted out some very nice things of concern. I really do appreciate that. And now it's just a question of getting back on track.
Can you walk us through what happened?
Yeah. We were in the campaign van. We had just come from 72nd Street and Broadway, and we were heading over to radio station WABC, where I had purchased an hour of radio time. And we ran into all kinds of traffic as we were on West 50th, heading east. So we were blocked. And I told everyone in the van I'm bailing out and running from the west corner of 6th Avenue over to 3rd Avenue, which not difficult for me to do. But as I was crossing 6th Avenue, right in front of Radio City Music Hall, I had passed two vehicles that were stationary, but in the final lane of traffic, as I was going east, a cab had spun around what looked like to me a Federal Express truck and struck me right on, which caused me to hit the hood and then be flung up, I'd say probably anywhere from 5 to 6 feet, came crashing down. I scurried up and just continued running. About halfway towards 3rd Avenue, I was out of gas, so a cab came up, jumped in the cab, went towards WABC, and then did my hour broadcast. But the arm was very, very painful, and my head was like doing cartwheels. It was like spinning around.
Respectfully, Curtis, you seem a little out of sorts. You seem like you were really powering through the radio show, and you're kind of down now. How worried are they about your head?
I think I'm more worried than they are, because I've had these concussions before. The most recent one in 2019, so I know, projectile vomiting, your head, you feel like you have vertigo. I think what took me through the broadcast was I had all this adrenaline. But the adrenaline eases off, and now I just have to make sure that I can connect the thoughts to what I say. That's really the only thing you can do right now for potential concussion. The arm is killing me. It's a fracture. It's what I got to deal with, and hopefully it will not impair me right through November 2nd.
So Curtis, tonight you'll take the rest of the evening off from campaigning, and tomorrow you resume campaigning full-time?
As much as I would like to be out there, my normal routine is to do some verticals at night in public housing. I gotta rest up tonight. I'm scheduled to be at a Staten Island GOP rally, get out the vote rally, because this is, I'm sure Eric Adams is doing likewise. And I got to show up, because without Staten Island, I would never have gotten the Republican nomination to begin with. So that's really where my trek towards the mayoralty started in March of this year.
Did the cabbie stop? Did anyone talk to him? Did the cabbie stop?
The cabbie stopped. He looked like he was in horror. He was like shocked, like some of the surrounding people were shocked. But, I just knew I had to keep moving. I had to keep moving. No, look, I could see fear in his eyes because he realized he had really clocked me at that point.
You also have a knee injury. You hurt your knee too.
Yeah, both knees are injured, but not to the point where it's going to require me not to be able to move. It's just very difficult to negotiate steps.
Anything you want to say to your supporters tonight?
Oh, just they know Curtis Sliwa. Been shot by the mob, recovered, took a licking, came back ticking, been attacked many times. So this is just within the normal course of what my life has brought me. But luckily, this did not cause me to have to just stop the campaign altogether. We'll carry on. And obviously, this is what other New Yorkers go through from time to time, particularly traffic accidents of this time, accidents with pedestrians, and sometimes it results in fatalities. We've seen a lot of that lately. Serious injuries, whether to bicyclists, pedestrians, or other vehicular drivers. So I'm just really lucky. I'm like a cat that has 9 lives, as people have described it. I think I've used up my 8th. The only guaranteed 9. So I'm really pushing it now, really pushing it. So I would say I feel like my cats, all 17 of them at the house, they all have like 9 lives, and I think I've used up my 8th.
Thank you, Curtis.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You feel better.
Oh, appreciate that. I should be out there tomorrow.
We are live from Telemundo 47. How do you feel right now?
Well, I have a fractured arm, and I feel like I have a concussion because I've had them before. I just have to try to recover tonight and then get back on the campaign trail tomorrow.
Él dice que tuvo una fractura y que tuvo una contusión, pero que realmente ya se siente listo para descansar esta noche en su apartamento. Tomorrow, are you going back to the campaign?
Yeah, Staten Island, which is what started me in getting the Republican primary win, is having a get out the vote rally. I'm sure Eric Adams has those too, because these are the last days. And I've got to be there because they made it possible for me to be able to run for mayor.
Bueno, básicamente le está diciendo que Staten Island no puede estar sin este candidato y que de todas maneras piensa adelantar una campaña muy lógica. Dice que él va a estar muy atento de todo lo que esté pasando porque está muy convencido de lo que va de su victoria el próximo 2 de noviembre. We heard that your rival Eric Adams tweeted something nice about you.
Oh yes, that was very kind of Eric Adams. It's been a very heated campaign. I appreciate his positive words and that he welcomes me back to the campaign trail. We call that in the streets 5-star top shelf. That was very kind of him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Sliwa. Él dice que básicamente está muy agradecido por su contrincante, el señor Eric Adams, quien había participado precisamente en el transcurso de la tarde diciendo que deseaba falta de recuperación y pues de hecho ustedes pueden ver que ya se encuentran listos para regresar a su casa. Dice que realmente le parece un gesto muy valioso de parte de su contrincante que ahora por ejemplo la
Sling, but that's not the major concern at this point. He was explaining just a second ago to us how he has a history of concussions, and they're worried about this. He was rushing for radio trying to beat the fight, and actually have to fight at the end. Trying to cross the street for an
So you talked to Ronald?
Glad to see you still moving, Curtis.
No, you're still on, right?